Yo, 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 this is Chris, Christopher Complex coming at you live and direct in full effect. So there's this dude everybody knows. I guess if you're in the conversation, one of the baddest dudes, Gary Vaynerchuk. He said, when you're producing your content, sometimes just document and rant, just keep it going. And, I have a lot of things in line for the podcast, but I'm gonna try this thing, Gary. So Gary, if you're listening ever, I'm gonna try your suggestion, because we learned from those that came before us. We learned from those that found a path to success, and I really want to be successful with this podcast because I'm trying to come from a really good place and take what the Tony Robbins, Gary Vaynerchuk's, Martin Luther King's, Malcolm X's, the people that came before us, presidents, regular folk, even some bad people got something good to say or good to offer, and just extend it my way and stuff like that. So the podcast is always about trying to find a couple of golden nuggets that you could take. And I'm coming from a level where I'm not like this big, super huge dude, yet, or this big super influencer, so I'm never gonna fake the funk or not keep it real with you guys. But I'm genuine and sincere, and I really do believe, if you know me on a local level, if you come to where I'm at, a couple of people that I know, they'll tell you, that's him. He's just, on this level. But if he ever magnified, he could be pretty much the same kind of dude that just influences people to do things. I was always that dude that wanted to influence, and hey, I'm sorry, but I got it from my number one physical influence on this planet, my man Prince. My real number one is Christ, the Most High. Those are my number one zeros and zero, Alpha, Omega. But on the planet, got a lot of attributes from this cat, rest in peace. But, one of the things that he was, according to his friends, was he was able to influence you to do some good things. So really don't have like a topic, because I'm trying this thing that Gary Vee said, document, but just to document where I'm at, what I'm thinking about with all the projects. And maybe you guys can relate. Hey, if you do, hit me up. Let's talk about it. I don't care if this comes out 5 years from now. You first get a chance to think of, about what I'm saying. I think it's important. Hey, always hit me up. If anything, however old it is, whatever, just hit me up. But where I'm at right now in my mind is, you got this ingredients for this huge soup, and sometimes, you're just sitting there and it's just like, okay, so what do we do right now? I guess you just stir it. I guess you just keep stirring the pot until the flavors start to blend. I guess that's what Gary Vee was talking about, stirring the pot. If you got all your ingredients and you're not putting in the potatoes, or you're not putting in the protein or meat or your vegetables in your stew or your soup or in your meals that you're going to serve to the world, and you're just waiting, I guess it's just good to just stir the pot and just keep it going. So, this week it was good to just see a little bit of progress. We got the logo to look a little bit better, or at least the thumbnail for the podcast. Thanks to my friend Kevin Zell. He did that 1, 2, 3. I had started the idea, let him look at it, and he was just like, oh, I know what you need. Give me a minute. And there was literally a minute. And boom, he shot me back 5 ideas. He just said, just pick one. And so when you're looking at that thumbnail, that's me and Kevin coming together on a collaboration and making that thumbnail look good. Because I looked at everybody else's thumbnail and I was just like, what the heck, man? I got to get more presence or something like that. So the other thing I was thinking about, is when you're at the stage where you're just at the ground up and you're trying to build your foundation. You may not even have the dough and stuff like that. It's great to read. Read the book by Damon John, The Power of Broke. I gotta read that again because right now it's just like, where do I take this thing right now? How do I build my audience? What do I need to do to get to the next level, to get my voice heard? And I know maybe some of you are working on your project and you're saying, what do we need to do to get your voice heard? Read, talk to people, vent, do what I'm doing, rant. I guess that's what Gary Vee was talking about. Just document that, hey, you know what? You are making some progress. You know, you are doing something. We have some different segments. So the whole idea of the Christopher Complex show is to eventually have one big show that's a reflection of what the heck I'm thinking, seeing, observing, participating in, doing, and, you know, loves, likes, and see how that relates to you guys, so we can participate and collaborate together or just talk about stuff together. So in the next coming weeks, we'll have not just a regular show about the music, we'll have about music, arts, wine, conversation, this thing we got about, you know, the locality of neighborhoods, you know, just talking about the best restaurants that are good to the locals, the local scene, things of that nature, you know, stuff like that. We'll talk about relationships. It seems that everybody loves to talk about relationships, and there's so many different points of the spectrum or levels of talking about relationships. So I'm going to have my friend come in and help me out with that, business, and just do it my way and stuff like that. So I'm excited about that. Just want to keep it going and get to that point where we're providing content every day in the context of what my voice is all about, and that is to just help you in my way. Because I remember I went to a Tony Robbins thing, and he was like, the reason why I'm giving away all this information at this seminar is because I can't reach certain people. With all the resources, with all the seminars, tapes, books, CDs, DVDs, downloads that he has, even Tony Robbins is like, I can't reach everybody, or my message won't come across to everybody. But if you guys know what I know and you translate it into your verbiage, vernacular, or language, you know, maybe you can help somebody out. And I've always been that kind of dude. I remember when I was young, you know, I was always trying to help people become their best person. And that's what the podcast is about. Having a conversation where you reveal some things that people have gone through. Because I don't know if you noticed, but when you're having good conversations with your family or friends, and you have these, you know, agreeable talking points with each other, those little nuggets, man, you know, most of us don't think we need to publish that or make that available. We just, you know, say, hey, yeah, we agreed with each other, and that's it. And then we walk away, go eat, whatever we're doing. So the podcast is about that. It's about entertaining you, and it's going to be about so much more. So I wanted to try something new, according to Gary Vee. You know, just keep it going, even if you're just documenting what you feel, what you're about. And I just wanted to document today that we're making progress. We're doing it, and I want you guys to do it. Also, in the future, we'll have something called Good Evening Grinders. You know, so we're going to schedule it so that every evening, when you got to get into your second part of the day, I'll give you a little bit of, you know, talking points, motivation, whatever the heck you want to call it, to keep you to grind on, to keep me to grind on, and hopefully we can build a community that way. Anyway, that's just what I'm talking about today. Just wanted to document and just rant about that a little bit. It's Christopher Complex, the Christopher Complex Show. You can reach me at the Chris Complex on Twitter. I'll hit you up. I gotta grow my platform there, and you probably do too. If you do, let's grow it together. Again, hit me up at thechriscomplex.com, and we'll talk, communicate, and relate, and you know, see if we can build something on it or just get better. Talk to you soon. Hit me up at thechriscomplex.com. gmail.com.